one more minute, maybe. Yes, you have something. Yeah, that was too. 42, yeah. Yeah, that was a blowout, which was. Yeah, since we're this. Oh, okay. Is it recordable? Because if it's not, come back. Is it able to record it? Okay. Well, we'll see how if it doesn't work again later. But here we'll pick up chapter 31. So fearful. Of course, it means to be dreaded. That's another word. A lot of people understand it's scary. Scary. That's what it's. Remember the that we looked at, verse 27. But let's go 6 to see willfully. It's the idea of God's children that we're going to get. And he's going to say, oh, you didn't have to send action. Fear. Children, grace of the Lord, grace of God, Lord Jesus Christ, life on the cross, and we're His. Nothing can change. So sure of. But what, and I say, I believe Paul wrote, regardless if you think they're strong in this we're about to get to. In any case, it's inspired by God. It should be saying to the hands of the Lord. I want to look at that too. When you think of, and if you look it up, examples of a pit, falling into a trap, it isn't. It should happen, believers. And if we do, verse 6 is saying, continue in, even told us something to be dealt with it. And it's like fall to here it's so the living God. Talk about to the hand. An opposite version of if you're holding with me a moment, Samuel 24, and something here. 2 Samuel chapter 24. Chronicles. 2 Samuel 24. And 2 chapter 24 and verse 2 14. And David said, I straight. In other words, I'm between a rock. So what do I do? Let us fall now. The hand of the Lord. Now, when the verse, we'll see his option. To the land of the Lord is the Lord's mercy are great. Let me not be the hand of a man. You know, this opposite in a truth, in one sense I like about what it says here. I know that the judgment seat is the one judge, not some on this earth, not under everything about bad, it's not some person. Back to Hebrews verse, if sense that the judgment it's a fall into the God because they have not been. That's the fear. Now let's look at the phrase God. There's up in first of Acts chapter 4, holding your place in here. Acts 14 and verse 15. 14 and verse 15. Acts 14, 15. And saying, why do ye these things? Also are Christians with you, to you that you turn from vanities, calls that they were worshiping, tried to Jupiter, and Paul was, that's back in verse, these vanities. So in verse 15, great like you, human beings, teach to you that you turn from vanities to being. You see what comes into play? Opposed to I said alive, they can do here, they can't see. Now, Hebrews, we're in Hebrews 10, Hebrews chapter 3. Chapter 3, verse 12, 3:12. Brethren, lest any of you in of unbelief adding God. You know, they were doing lights, departing from God, and they were worshiping calf. It wasn't allowed. Now look at Hebrews 9. Hebrews 10 and verse 4. Hebrews 9, 14, chapter 14. More shall the who through the Spirit offer without spot God, conscience from works, the okay, so to Hebrews in chapter verse 30. Wonderful thing to fall in the of the living seed of Christ have to be faithful. But what is allowed in these is what I 26. If we can sinning after we knowledge of the truth, if it's pointed out, being convicted that's wrong, either that we're something that we should do and take care of, confess it with, and it's a fall into the hand. Now verse 2. Now them he to remember the phrase particular verse in it was hard, the things they went through to be mentioned here. He said, recall, remember it. After you were alone, and that word is it's in 6. Those enlightened, illuminated, have tasted God in the power to come. Remember back, enlightened, ye in that's patience, endured a great of afflictions, lots of different that they went. He mentions particular 3. It's 2 groups. You'll see it twice. So experience indirectly. 33. While you were gazing stock, that would be public, humiliation, shame. Day it acts. There's many theater, in the Colosseum, the circus. It was there was entertainment and all things that Christians in Ephesus, also a 20 seat. Now sometimes performance, a lot of times gladiator So this is me exactly in a literal, whether it's figure, I think we get. So these early in the first century gazing style, both by his and a lot because and these are the other became companions. Now made companion friends from the sharing something they share became hers. If you those oh you right shared in their suffering so through this stuff. Verse for compassion. This verse more than any other. Paul wrote it. There were other people, but it says so many things in the letter. Just Paul to me. For ye have compassion of me, concerned he was in prison. Took joy for the spoils. Now, change the way it's worded in English. In other words, to of their possessions being taken. Of us would rejoice if somebody took thing from us. But notice why they knowing themselves have in heaven an endurance. The possession in heaven, spiritual, outweighs anything. And that's only counted joy, or counted joy unto diverse nations or tests. Because then he goes, or the test works. Purpose, why we go through in our